Because why would I? Let's talk to the other guy first, and then talk to Guido. I have a concoction he asked for. Well done. Did you make sure it was strong enough? The apothecary said 2 tablespoons in the morning and evening should be enough. So the guy gets half the bottle. Isn't that too much? We'll take our chances. Now we just need to figure out a way to... Damn. Hey you, what's that in your hand? Have you heard about the ban on feeding these mutts? Oh, I didn't know there was such a ban. I wanted to give him something good to drink. Well, now you know. What's the flask? I could have guessed it. It reeks of alcohol. You're doing too well here, Ossip. As punishment, you'll leave on bread and water for a week. That's bad moonshine, boss. Bad moonshine, huh? I know you two like my own 2, 4... Five fingers, Ossip. He's not very smart, is he? Just the boss better not try it. It's not a drink for the boss's throat. It's got some kind of filth floating in it. What the hell is that? It's liquor, boss. Probably a nest with some herbs in it or something. So you fooled me. I'll deal with you when I've had a drink. To your help, Ossip. Ha ha. Well, that was easy. He just shrugs and downs it. How was it, boss? It's fine, don't be so smug. We're about to talk, what the... are you alright? I need to get somewhere. Oh, damn. I'll be right back, just... I mean, we told you it was bad moonshine. We didn't lie to you that it's not good for you. It's your fault. Did you see... Did I see that right? Or did the guy... He knocked over a whole bottle. Well, we got him out of here for a couple hours. Do you think Guido will put himself together? Looking at his condition, not too fast. You made my day with that, kid. Yeah, so back to our deal. Will you tell me who this mysterious friend of ours is? About a few weeks before the assassination, Oz got in touch with a guy named Blake. The guy's trying to turn the city upside down. By the way, trying is a good term. I'm assuming that under his influence, Oz had a mental freakout and decided to end the life of one of the most protected people in Archolos. Who's Blake? A loser, but as long as he's out there, he's a dangerous loser. He considers himself an idealist and the voice of the south on Archolos. He wants to become a second Manders. Someone who set fire to the city. The truth is, however, that Blake thinks only of himself and his purse, not of improving the livelihood of his fellow countrymen. If he had been offered a stool in the city hall or the barracks, the guy would have run up to Morris, if only on all fours, holding in his teeth the bag of something. Why is Blake still at large? If the guards had seen him as a threat, he would have been sitting in the cell next door long ago. You say otherwise. Blake may not set the city on fire like Manders, but he poisons the minds of people like ours, and that's even worse than dying in flames. He's been driven underground and is operating there with his followers, but sooner or later, the guards will smoke him out, and I will personally spit in his face. How do I find Blake? He's hiding in one of the buildings in the Upper Harbor District. It's all those buildings right next to the city walls. Look for a home with an ardent sun sign. Tell me about Manders. We read the book. That's one of the Southern Isle guys, Southerner guys who set Archolos on fire some time ago. Manders was a hope for a better tomorrow. He was the only one with guts to declare open war on the authorities. The echoes of his bloody but courageous deeds still resound amongst those who hold the South in their hearts. Blake claims to be the successor of his work, but he's only a poor imitator, nothing more. Why are you telling me all this? I thought we had a deal. I feel like you're giving me details from your past. Aren't you afraid I might use them against you? Look at me and ask that question again, boy. I'm going to one of two places. The ground or the colony, which basically equals the former. I have no interest in leading you into a trap. That's all I know. Thanks. So we still have to go to that other guy. Okay, I think I know where the place I'm supposed to go is. So, like, there's that blacksmith, and in the harbor, next to Alice's shop. So straight west, directly west of the blacksmith's house. So, we're going this way. Still losing frames all the time. That sucks. Okay, and this is a blacksmith, this house, and it's the house right after, like, right here. That's the Ardent Sun. Knock knock. Hey, is this a door? Well, it looks like a door, but I can't click it. Nathaniel. Oh, you didn't like me? Oh, this one. As soon as I started to take an interest in the lever, the guy attacked me. Time to see what was upstairs. I guess that the lever next to the bars will allow me to open them. Oh, I was supposed to talk to him, it's just that I kinda didn't. Okay. Frogman. Like many other non-human humanoid creatures, frogmen are of particular interest to us. Research on these intelligent beasts have been going on for some time. They are usually found around forest streams. They usually live in groups of several individuals. Though they are also found alone, unlike goblins, frogmen are taller than humans. They resemble somewhat shrunken amphibian, like orcs rather than the hated by all goblins. Wait, shrunken amphibian or... Ah, okay. It's written strangely, but it's basically a short amphibian orc. Yeah. Interestingly, frogmen are not limited to simple weapons such as maces. More and more often, you can come across individuals using small pebble slingshots. While even a strong blow can be blocked, a stone shot from a slingshot is not so easy to see, let alone reflect. Ultimately, however, despite their strength and size, frogmen are not sturdy creatures, and a good hit with a sword or axe can take them down. Okay. Oh, someone's taking out their weapons. Now I don't know if it's here. Dulce, Hasmith, and Blake, huh? Okay, there's also a book, but I'm guessing these guys are gonna attack me before. Desert wolf skin, okay. Gimme. I don't know who you are, or how you got here, but choose your words carefully, stranger, or they may be your last. You're very confident. On the other hand, who wouldn't be surrounded by so many minions? Didn't I say take out your weapons? Did I say, or butcher that piece of trash? We're just talking here, damn it. Right? But now, you tell me. I did click 1 to take out my weapon, so that's probably what I'm like this. You have nothing to fear from me, at least for now. You see the way you look, I see the way you look at me. I see your hand moving towards the weapon. So close and yet so far. Such a big risk. Many have tried to kill me, to rid the city of the fear gripping it, but their efforts have failed. I was simply better than them. Who are you? My name is Blake. Soon the whole town will be shouting my name in terror. When you've burned everyone alive, there's unlikely to be anyone to speak them. So you've heard something about me. I'm assuming you know just a part of the story. Only a monster kills the mother who feeds it. The mother is this island and the oppressor is the governor. Morris will agree to my terms sooner or later, and the people of the south will have their longed-for peace within the walls of the city. And if he doesn't, the streets will drown in the blood of our people, and everything they hold dear will be consumed by fire, bigger than when one Mendes started years ago. Now that you know who I am, it's time for me to find out something about you. I mean, I'm just here to kill you. I'm Marvin. Marvin, that's a pretty uncommon name around here. You're from London. Your outfit, on the other hand, says very little about you. Clever. Not everyone can go unnoticed in the city. Enough of chit-chat. Let's get to the point. Why did you come here? Who's behind the assassination attempt on Volker? Where do you get the idea that I had anything to do with it? Well, I hear you know a guy named Ars. He happened to be the prime suspect. Ars. That Ars. A kid afraid of his own shadow would be behind an assassination attempt on Volker. And yet he's the one behind bars. He's behind bars because the guards can catch the real culprit. So much for that. Who's the real assassin then? Someone skilled and cunning, who had an escape plan in place and knew that the guards would grab the wrong person. Besides, finding him is probably your job, am I wrong? How do I know you weren't involved? Volker got under a lot of people's skin, but I had no interest in killing him. My enemy is the government, not the nobility. What's your relationship with ours? As you can guess, it's not easy for me to deliver messages when I'm sitting locked in the attic. I needed a loyal messenger, someone who wouldn't ask too many questions and had ideals at heart. Ours was the perfect candidate. However, our cooperation didn't last too long, because as time went by, Punk allowed himself too much arbitrariness and became useless. He couldn't even reload an ordinary crossbow without hurting his fingers. Perhaps you and I are not so different after all, stranger. You're not so different. We're not so different, you and I. We are both not from here. We are also both fighting for justice. You for your governor. I for my people. Not really, I don't care about the governor. And we'll do whatever it takes to get there. Now that you've heard the answers to your questions, do I have your word that you will remain silent about what you've seen here? I mean, I'm gonna have to warn the city about you. The city? And what is a city if not the governor's private plots? You're just adding a brick to this warped creation that should have been demolished long ago. Hey, I already made my decision, but I'll give you time to get away. For the sake of yourself and your people, leave the city as soon as possible. I don't care about your mercy, boy. The ardent sun will soon triumph, and you will be its first victim. Kill him! Oh. Well, that's nice. That's nice, we got stuff. Oh, he took my monies. Okay, well, we had a quick save right here. We can just skip the conversation now. Well, that sucks. Okay, we can do this. Oh! Oh, that's why. Okay, because I clicked it, but my character automatically also, like, reached for his weapon. And because two animations kinda overlapped there. We just got stuck. Okay. Okay, what's... Oh, hey, we did this. So, I met Blake and 2 of his men in the attic. Looks like they set up a command post. Blake denied that Ars had anything to do with the assassination attempt on Volker. He noted that the boy couldn't even reload a crossbow, let alone try to take someone's life. Blake claims that Ars served as his messenger because he couldn't safely navigate the city on his own. He also denied my suspicion that he was involved in the assassination. After the conversation, he offered to make a deal. He agreed to let me go if I promised to keep quiet about what I had learned. I could not give him that word, so a fight ensued, from which I emerged victorious. Do you have any loot on you? Savannah Warrior's Belt. Oh wow, that's... Oh wow, that's pretty amazing. 15 arrow protection. 30 fire protection, which with Savannah armor already gives you a lot. And then you get a maximum hit points 30, which is whatever. But with the Savannah armor, it's 20 more protection. It's really good. Okay, what's this book stand? Is this his diary? Imagine an unstoppable wall of fire engulfing house after house, street after street. Imagine the desperate screams of men and women dying in the thickening flames. Imagine our joy with the unshakable bastion of tyranny and degradation began to crumble before our eyes. After all, what are all these sacrifices in the face of the change? In the face of the change that Mantis offered us? You think I can buy the heavy Savannah's armor in Chapter 4 at the arena? Oh, nice. So that would be pretty good. Since the death of Lord... Oh, I wanted to read it again. I right-clicked by mistake. Since the death of Lord Dominique in the Southern Islands, the Myrtanians began to take everything we had. Rights, possessions, freedom. Eventually our lives as well. Locked up in a dungeon for false offences, sentenced to years of backbreaking labour in the Valley of Mines. We responded with full and necessary force. Some say that our leader was the son of a wealthy satrap from Zandir Sol, who by his hands wanted to cause another war with Myrtana. Others claimed that he sought revenge on the governor for having murdered his entire family. But who really was Mantis? We don't know. To me he was an idea. The idea of fighting for what is right. An ordinary common man like you and me, the one who achieved the impossible. The ardent sun that awakened the hearts of the South. Now, I don't really know if we're going to be getting anything good out of this. I mean, there is a lever. There is another lever, which is going to do something, hopefully. I'm going to quick save before we click it, because I don't want to die. Oh. Okay, I think we're back. I have no idea what the problem is. I'm losing on average 7% frames, but I think it's more, just from time to time. Okay, so what happened? I pulled this switch. What happened? I heard something. Oh, I see. This just locked this gate. I guess it kind of makes sense that there would be a switch to open that gate from inside the attic. Okay, so we don't really have any leads. We have to go back to my boss with a report, which it says my boss. I think it's supposed to be like a general thing. So I'm gonna wear this armor. and go to Lorenzo. You want monies? Sure, get monies. I don't care. I have like 3,000. So we didn't really get anything from this lead. The only thing we know that is there's a guy who paid in silver coins. Probably the same guy shot the bolt with a silver tip. And we know that Ars doesn't even know how to handle a crossbow. I think we're supposed to talk to Lorenzo, but maybe it's Volker. It just said Mud Boss. I'm still a mercenary. Oh, close to a level up. I think I'm gonna get a level up the moment we complete this quest, so... That's nice. Come on, Lorenzo. We need to talk. I got news. I think I'm supposed to talk to you. We'll see. I managed to investigate the assassination attempt. I suspect a decision has already been made at City Hall as to who will be sentenced, but it's worth showing that you've been able to find out. So, you ready? Yeah, let's go. Oh. Okay, let me take a drink too. Oh, so since I'm accompanying Lorenzo, it's fine for us to be here. I'm not sure who this is. But that was Lorenzo and me. And there's Roderick there. So, do we like go closer? Hello, Roderick. Your boss may be here, but you report to me. Remember that. I will try not to leave out any details. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Did you talk to Ars? Yes. He insisted that he was behind the assassination attempt, but in my opinion he was talking nonsense. Why do you think that? He bragged about things he hadn't done and kept saying he was a national hero. He talked about spreading chaos in the islands, turning the city upside down and stuff. Maybe he was both an assassin and a lunatic. You didn't take that into consideration? One of his fellow inmates says otherwise. Ars was in contact with a man named Blake. Blake? What Blake? A local southern fighter. The prisoner claimed that he was the one who convinced Ars to assassinate Volker. No, that wasn't the case. Southerners. Go on. I don't want to right-click right now. Well, I managed to get to Blake. As directed by the prisoner, I made my way to the headquarters of the Southerners in the harbour and exchanged a few words with their leader. Blake confirmed that Ars was indeed working for him, but Blake himself did not want Volker dead. He also laughed at my suspicion that he sent Ars to do it. On what basis do you believe this scum? Well, Ars couldn't shoot a crossbow. Blake claimed that Ars couldn't reload the crossbow, and as we know, the assassin shot Volker with that very weapon. If it is as you say, then what did he need the kid for? He served him as a messenger. It was difficult for Blake to deliver messages to his people when he sat in hiding all the time. And Ars, as a purveyor of ideals, was easily manipulated. That makes some sense. What will finally happen to this Blake? He and his men lie in the attic of one of the houses near the entrance to the slum. Did you kill them? Every one of them. I don't want to, but I guess I have to tip my hat to Lorenzo. Well done, mercenary. I mean, no, because we should probably say, it kind of doesn't make sense that we only say one of the things. We should say Blake, either way, Blake wanted to sow chaos and wanted to destroy the government. And he wanted me to keep that a secret. His location and all. But I didn't want to. So he attacked me and I defended myself. It's not like we wanted to murder him. We wanted to give him time to escape and go away and never return or whatever. Oh, I did manage to get the bolt head. The weapon was probably just a crossbow, but I'm carrying the bolt head that killed Volker's bodyguard. A bolt head? As far as I know, my men have found no bolt heads near the manor, and I've ordered them to search for traces until they fall. Oh, I shouldn't say that I dug up the body. Clearly, they weren't trying very well. We also kind of want to undermine the city guard. Kind of like humiliate them a little bit. So this should be a better choice between the two. It was probably just, as you say, all my experienced men are in the port now. Good thing at least you were there. Show me that bolt head. Yeah, it's made of silver. Roderick is okay with me looting the body, but some other people may not be. Those spikes must have been made nasty wounds to that brat's body. Did you find out who made it? Cause we did kinda exhume a body without asking for permission. So someone would probably be a little bit upset about it. I'm thinking, maybe. But yeah, someone from the Wolf's Den had to make it. The Wolf Den? Ingo, our armorer, confirmed that he had been commissioned a few months ago to sharpen similar-looking bolt heads. Those bolt heads, like this one, were made of silver, and according to Ingo, the only mine of that ore on the island is in the vicinity of the den. Oh, we skipped something. Well done. This should narrow down our search considerably. I'm curious about one thing. Why is it that when something happens, it always seems to involve mercenaries? Well, that must have been just a simple coincidence. Coincidence, huh? Are you saying the blood in Volker's manor is also a fucking coincidence? Not sure about this one. What do you know about it? Well, I collected it into a flask and went to a specialist. Volker's garden, I didn't know much about the blood in his master's house. I preferred to make my own discernment, so I collected some of the liquid into a flask. One of Volker's men told me that Slagger identified the bloods. Wait. What's the difference between the two? We didn't do it ourselves. I think we should just take the credit. It shouldn't matter too much which one of the two we do, but I think we should just take the credit here. It doesn't really matter if it was me or one of Volker's men. Let's not lie here, it's fine. One of Volker's men relayed to me that Slagger had identified the blood and it belonged to a mole rat. Moreover, the master himself mentioned that there was a young boy similar to Ars who inquired about the types of animal blood. Given that Ars had a motive and was seen around the property, everything points to him being the author of the paintings on Volker's house. It wasn't a painting, it was just smeared. In that case, different people must be responsible for acts of vandalism in Old Town and on Volker's property. First, Ars didn't have access to this district. And second, the paintings here, as I learned a few hours before we met, were created with paint. Any ideas who is responsible for these paintings in Old Town? I mean, it would make sense it would be one of, like, some of the servants of the rich in the Old Town. Because the movement is kinda aimed at the working class against the nobility. So, who else would do it? Unless it's like some bored noble who would do it just for the lols. Yeah, I think it may have been done by the servants of the rich in the old town. That's a very reasonable guess. Looks like we'll have to increase patrols even here. Maybe those damn flyers which have been distributed around town lately have messed with people's minds enough to start committing acts of vandalism. Are you able to determine who was responsible for those papers? Oh. Yeah, we did promise Benzel that we wouldn't snitch on him. And having a friend is good. So I think we should just say, well, I don't know who I don't really know who made them, but I know who distributes them. Who is that? A group of agitators. Agitators, big words for some random shouters. Were you able to get to any of them? Anything else you know about them? They were led by a man named Ludolf. That name doesn't ring a bell. Last time I saw him, he was in the harbor. In that case, let's hope my boys keep their eyes open and ears open. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to tell me? That's all I've found? No, really, no. The guys were paid with silver coins. Oh, can we only mention the silver coin if we snitch? I should have done snitch life, but whatever, it's fine. I think that's it. Now that's done, it's time to hear the judge's verdict. Summarizing all that you have been able to find out and taking into account all the threads you have raised in your report, I declare the suspect and incarcerated not guilty. Yay! We should have the, like the confetti and stuff, as in Phoenix Wright. Moreover, he will be compensated for the unpleasantness he suffered at the hands of the officers by 1/10 of the quarterly income of a city guard unit. Exactly enough for him to pay off his father's debts and start living a life under the law. Oh, Roderick's gonna be upset. Well, I'm supposed to pay this scumbag? Your Excellency, it's not fair. This is the decision of the court, and I believe the will of the Excellency himself. If you want to discuss this from a legal side, feel free to visit me, Captain. I'm guessing you know the way. Now that we've finished this case, we can move on to... Enough words have been said for today. I must prepare for my speech. Get out of here, all of you. Level up. Ooh, 5,000. One more thing, boy. I appreciate your contribution to solving this case. If it weren't for you, the residents of Old Town still wouldn't be able to rest easy. Archolos needs more such talented and determined young men. As part of my personal thanks, I award you the title of Honorary Citizen of Old Town. As of today, you can freely move around its entire area and use all the services available in our district. Nice. So there's like a chair, there's a tavern, there's a bed, and there's some magic. And then there's some crown or something. I need to sleep. Silver lining. Before I return to Volca, I should go in front of the city hall and listen to Morris's speech. Damn it, what's going on? Am I supposed to go through here? Hello, Mr. Guardsman. Just let me read these books for a second. Get some information about bats. Oh, 2 of the same books. Okay, that's fine, that's fine.